Good morning, my awesome Disney clients. I wanted to send you this quick how-to video about booking your dining in the coming weeks, since I will be unavailable to call in and do it for you. It's a really quick and easy process, but I wanted to give you a heads up on how to move through booking dining so that you will know what to do on your first morning of opening. The first thing you will need to do is navigate to the Walt Disney World page and log in. Now, if you haven't already done so, before your dining window opens, please link your resort reservation by visiting the My Reservations and Tickets window. And with the confirmation number that I sent you upon your initial booking, you'll link your resort reservation here with that confirmation number and your last name. Once you do that, it will populate your entire stay, your travel party, tickets, and that way when your dining window opens, the system will know that you're allowed to book dining that day. So once you've linked those things, you will navigate to the things to do, make reservations under the dining tab. Now, if you know a specific restaurant that you want to search for, go to the search bar here and type it in. So let's try Ohana at Disney's Polynesian Resort. It'll bring you then to the dedicated Ohana page where you can begin to search times and availability. Since you have logged in and since you have linked your My Disney Resort stay in your account, your dates for that trip will be highlighted in blue when you scroll over to the corresponding month. So for example, this is a trip that I might be going on in June, and if I wanted to search for breakfast on the morning of June the 26th, I could change to breakfast, change my party size here. Now, if you are open and flexible as to what time you eat, my suggestion would be just to choose breakfast. However, if you want a very specific time based on your day that you may have planned out, you can also search for a specific time and the system will search within an hour before and after that time. So for example, it doesn't find anything at 7:30 a.m. for me. However, if I change to just the general breakfast hours, it finds a 10:40 a.m. So then you can click on that and it's going to take you to the next page, which will ask you to select the people that are coming with you to this dining experience. Again, because you have linked your resort stay, your travel party will show up in this tab. So then you would go through and select all of the people who will be meeting you, going with you for this dining reservation. Then you can click next. The next page is going to take you to your credit card guarantee page. If you have not already loaded a credit card into your My Disney experience, you would do that here. Walt Disney World has a policy of no-show or cancellation in the a no-show or a cancellation in less than 24 hours notice of $10 per person. So nothing will be charged to your card now. However, if you do not cancel prior to 24 hours out, or if you simply don't show up, you will be charged $10 per person. So that's where this credit card guarantee is going to come in. So once you fill out that information, you would click next down here at the bottom. On this page, you're going to enter the email address that you would like to have the confirmation sent to and a mobile number if you would like reminders within that 24-hour period. They'll send you a reminder that you have a dining reservation coming up and that is basically your last chance to cancel if you're not going to make it. Another thing you can do here is add any dietary restrictions so that it will be noted on the reservation so that a chef can come out and speak to you about what food is and is not safe for members of your party that have food allergies. You can also request wheelchair accessibility, and if there was a person in this party that might need a high chair, it would also ask if you'd like a high chair here as well. The next thing you will need to look through is the guest policies. I've mentioned the 24-hour no-show cancellation policy of $10 per person. If you are dining with a party of 6 or more, an 18% gratuity will automatically be added to your bill. You need to allow at least 1.5 hours to travel within the Walt Disney World property. unless you are in the theme park where you're dining. That 1 hour and 1 hour and a half is basically if you're leaving somewhere and going somewhere else. You also need to make note, if you are on the Disney dining plan, that this location will take 1 of your table service credits. There are some signature dining locations that will take 2, and that will be noted here. So you'll read through the policies, and once you have read and agree to those policies, you will be able to click reserve. Since I'm not really reserving this today, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to forget and be charged $10 per person. But that's how you would search if you know the restaurant that you want to dine in. Now, what if you aren't really sure and you just want to know what's open that day in Magic Kingdom? You can do that by searching through these filters here. So you can choose the theme park that you would like to check. You can select the dining experience, for example, character dining, and you can choose the day, breakfast, party size, all that right here. And then if you click search times, it's going to show you every bit of availability within those search parameters on that day for breakfast that you have available to choose from. So, unfortunately, on the 27th, there is no breakfast available in Magic Kingdom for a party of 2. So, let's try Epcot and do the search again and see if we can, if we change our parameters, if the search parameters will give us another option for dining that day for breakfast. Now, as it searches, I wanted to bring up something to keep in mind. If you do not have park hopper tickets, there we go, you will not be able to dine in one park for breakfast and then move to another park for lunch or dinner. You're only going to be able to enter and re-enter the same park with a base ticket. So keep that in mind. So see, as we've changed our search parameters, we can now find a 9:50 a.m. at Garden Grill. So you can change by the type of experience if you want to search for a specific cuisine, and then you can also search by dining plans accepted. Now, something to keep in mind as well, if you are traveling when a special ticketed event is happening in Magic Kingdom or any park, but we'll do Magic Kingdom as an example, the Not So Scary Halloween Party or the Very Merry Mickey Christmas Party, you will not be able to search dining beyond 5:30 to 6 p.m. on party dates. So, for example, I know there is a party on August the 24th for dinner, and we're going to search Magic Kingdom. And I can show you that you will not be able to search beyond about 6 p.m. because on the party nights, if you are not a ticket holder for those parties, around 6 p.m. they start escorting guests out who have not purchased that separate special ticket. So if you are searching for dining on those days, oh, it's because I still have character. Let's take off character dining. So you can see that we only have 440, 520, 450 for dinner on that party night. So that's something else to keep in mind, that if you're traveling on one of those nights and you're like, why can't I get a later dinner reservation? It might be a party night and they won't be doing dinner beyond about 6 p.m. So that's something else to keep in mind. The last thing I wanted to note is where you can see how many table service credits a certain restaurant will take and if the dining plan is accepted. So if you're on the specific page for the restaurant, you can see some dining plans are accepted, and if you click on that, it will show you that this is a table service meal. It's Skipper Canteen, and it will take 1 of your table service credits for either lunch or dinner. If you were dining at Cinderella Royal Table, however, that is one of the restaurants that will require 2 of your table service credits. And while we're on the topic of Cinderella Royal Table, that restaurant, Be Our Guest, Tusker House at Animal Kingdom, many of the signature dining locations at the Walt Disney World Resort are very hard to find reservations for sometimes. So my suggestion to you is if you would like to try to get a reservation at one of those hard to get places, Begin your search on your reservation opening morning with that restaurant. You do not have to search in order. So for example, you do not have to start your search with the day you check in. If you want to dine at Cinderella Royal Table the day before you leave, start there. Pick that day and try to find dining on that day first before you do anything else, because it is one of the harder ones to get, and it is filled up on a first come first serve basis. So try to get that first. But as you can see at Cinderella Royal Table, it is one of the ones that will take 2 of your table service breakfast, lunch, or dinner credits. Last thing I want to note is that you can look at the menus of each of the restaurants by clicking on the menu tab on that specific restaurant page. You can search breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you can see all of the options that are there for you to choose from if you're not really sure, if you would like a certain restaurant. But again, you can search by cuisine, and that will help you narrow down your searches as well. Last thing to keep in mind is if you are dining at one of the Walt Disney World resorts, for example, if you are going to do Chef Mickey at Disney Contemporary Resort, you will need to either come from one of the parks or consider an Uber or another method of transportation if you are coming from a different resort. Disney does not offer transportation from resort to resort at this time. So you would either need to travel to a park and then hop the bus or monorail to the resort from a park, or again, you can Uber and leave your resort directly and go to another resort. Now, once you have made the reservations, you can navigate to the My Disney Experience tab, My Reservations and Tickets, and you will see all of the reservations you have made for dining. Your confirmation number would show here. Your ability to change the reservation, the date, the time would be here. And then this is where you would cancel the reservation. So if you cannot make it, you would not incur the $10 per person no-show or late cancellation fee. Here you would be able to update the guests that will be attending. So if someone is unable to attend, you can take their name off the reservation and replace it with someone else. You'll also see here that for this quick service meal, you can start placing your order on May the 27th, and that's about a month before. That is the ability to place your order at a quick service locations in select parks that allows you to just walk up to the window and pick up your order that you have already placed and made ahead of time. So that's something cool that you can take a look at. All of these changes can also be made within the My Disney Experience app. See, I told you it was easy. So now you have walked through the process of making dining reservations for when your specific dining window opens. If for any reason you run into problems while trying to make or receive confirmation that you have completed a dining reservation, you can always call the Walt Disney World Resort at 407-939-5277, and they're more than happy to help you with any problems that you might run into. If you have any questions, please give me a call or email or text even before I head out of town, and I'll be happy to go over any of those things that you might still have a question about when it comes to making your dining reservations. So I hope this video was informative and helpful, and I hope that you have a magical day.